lot has changed in 25 years, a lot. And if I had a little bit to do with that, it makes me really proud.
I knew that he had gone to BYU. I knew that he was a music major or something, and I knew that he had something to do with some kind of word processing.
I first met Bruce in 1991 when I was at BYU. Bruce was definitely a legend, running one of the most successful companies, and out and proud gay individual.
No matter where you are, you see injustice. And it would always make me uncomfortable. And I know I attribute that to my father. My dad was always against discrimination in any form. The last serious conversation I had with him was shortly before he died. My dear brother-in-law had taken it upon himself to tell my dad that I was gay. What he was so sorry about is that I had to go through so many of those years alone without having somebody else to back me up.
His compassion is grand, and his empathy and his desire to make things right, to build a society that was equitable.
The first gay event that I ever went to was the HRC gala that he would host in his backyard. And I couldn't afford to go, so I would volunteer. That's when I first got exposed to that kind of political energy and activism within our own community. His support built Equality Utah, the Utah Pride Center, the Utah AIDS Foundation, and so many more.
Not only does he give his money, but he gives his time, he gives his connections, he gives his knowledge to help change Utah.
Bruce had a very big impact on the early days of the Utah AIDS Foundation, particularly when we were talking about the 80s and 90s. HIV was so stigmatized, as it is actually still today. It really helped other people to see and kind of feel more comfortable with supporting organizations. A lot of our organizations can attest to the fact that Bruce's support has really taken us along and taken us to the next step, next iteration of our organizations.
Most of the folks here probably know something of what Bruce has done for the LGBTQ community. I don't know if folks here know the depth to which Utahns, and honestly the national movement, owe to Bruce for how far we've come and how effective we are.
When we finally could get married, I don't know, it still didn't register that this was going to be something for me. But marrying Clint and having it legally recognized was one of the highlights of my life. Really, just so wonderful.
There are young people at this gala tonight who are the future leaders of Equality Utah. And right now, they're meeting Bruce for the first time, and they're being inspired by him and by all of us.
The only way the LGBTQ community will continue to make strides forward is if we stay together. But your rights and the way to live your life as an honest, authentic person, that's on a trajectory, and you've got to keep the trajectory going up.
From all of us at the Utah AIDS Foundation, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Bruce.
You're the best, and I love you to death.
Thank you so much, Bruce, for inspiring all of us.
My hope is in younger people. My hope is that they will get just damn mad and show up and vote. We need to act. We can't just sit back.